with the people that make up the heartbeat of this town. Lagos is a place that builds character.
Wow, that's such a poetic way to put Lagos. I mean, I can't wait to meet this person. Well, in fact, she is here. We have with us Ms. Adaku. She's a media personality, writer, filmmaker, influencer, living the Lagos life. Now, she curates contents around the Lagos lifestyle and also people with the goal to, well, she experiences people with the goal to bridge existing misconceptions about the city of Lagos. You are welcome, Ms. Adaku. Good to have you here.
Thank you very much.
You know,
I am so happy to be here.
Very curious about you. First off, tell us where you're from exactly. Let's just get a background of Ms. Adaku.
Originally, I am from a place called Umuduru Mbiri Owe.
Okay.
In Imo State, but I've lived abroad for the greater part of my life. And now I'm here.
Okay, you've been back for how long?
I've been back for about a year and a half now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is this obsession for Lagos, if I might ask?
Well, it came with, you know, a lot of us in the diaspora, we come to a part in our lives where we want to reconnect with our culture. We want to reconnect with our home because no matter how long you spend abroad, abroad is not home for the greater part of us. So I decided to just grab the bull by the horns and stop. I visit the city a lot. So I thought I couldn't think of a better place to launch myself than in this great city.
Oh,
there's a lot that goes on here.
Oh, so you've been back fully for a year.
Yes.
Now, you've experienced Lagos. I'm sure you've experienced Lagos from the island to the innermost parts of East Adaku and all of that. There are very many aspects of Lagos, and I love the way that you've put it in documentary format for people to actually see, that's where I live. That's beautiful. But from what you've heard about Lagos and from compared to what you've experienced as Lagos, is it as bad as they say? Do tell.
Lagos is a mixed bag, as a lot of people who live in Lagos will tell you. So a lot of times in the mass media, you can either see Lagos as Afrobeats, the musicians that come here, that crop up here on a yearly basis, or sometimes Nollywood. But those that live here knows about the trenches of Lagos as well. As a documentary filmmaker, I started documenting the lives of ordinary persons that live here, like your fisherman, like your plantain seller that walks down the road. So I wanted to explore, so it's called A Day in the Life of. It's basically following individuals as they go on their daily life, their struggles, their triumphs, their inspiration, their motivation. You know, how do they raise their children? You know, and some of the stories are quite unique.
You've got a series of them, a number of them, not just one.
Yes. It's a series, and it's going to be going on for a very long time.
I think we have one of those. I'd like us to actually take a look at one of those. I think we have a day in the life of a tool seller. Let's take a look so that we can really exactly see what Ms. Adaku here is talking about. Okay.
Mo ń ṣe túwó, mo ń ṣàmọ̀là. Túwó yìí mo máa ń lọ rà á nígbà tí mo kéré.
Wow, that's very interesting. How do you meet these people? Do you have somebody like a producer or somebody who goes ahead of you, or like, I don't know, to find these individuals that you talk to?
Of course, I have a team. You can't accomplish something like this without having a team.
Are you scared? Is there a barrier between you and the people you meet? The language, for instance, can you speak Pidgin English, Yoruba, the slangs we use? How do you circumvent these, what people could say is a challenge for somebody who's returning?
I don't speak Pidgin now.
I guess that answers that.
I grew up here as a child. I was here for my formative years. So
Fantastic.
I learned my language. I learned Pidgin, even though I'm losing a little bit of it now, but it's not that bad. But to answer your question, it's not as, like, everyone is approachable, right? And working with a team that also is local to the community makes it easy to bridge any gap or misconception. But I find it generally that if you're a personable, approachable person, and if your intentions are genuine, you enter their hearts very easily.
Wow.
But again, I have to give kudos to the members of my team who
That's
make
fantastic.
it very easy for me to get these things done.
Now, you lived in New York, am I correct?
Yes, I did.
In New York. Now, if you compare that to Lagos, which is a tougher place to live in?
Tougher? I would say it's a different animal here. There are similarities in that it's very crowded, it's very busy, traffic is crazy, and people live on top of each other. It's pretty much the same thing, and it's the cost of living is almost similar in some ways. It's very similar, yes.
Okay.
Like if you compare the way you spend, you know, the way you maintain your living on a daily basis, sometimes it's outrageous, and you just cry. You just want to cry sometimes, but then you think of all the benefits that you get from the city, and you stay put.
So
I think that's the love-hate relationship that a lot of people have.
True. So as an influencer in putting together all of these packages, what's the end game for you to showcase Lagos to whom exactly?
The globe.
The globe, yes.
I mean, there is still, even till today, there is a lot of, call it misconception or perception of our country and continent as a whole. There's still a lot of awareness building campaign thanks to social media and the internet now. A lot of individuals like me are in a basically global awareness campaign to kind of dispel a lot of the misconceptions and myths that are had about our motherland. And Lagos is a good place to start. You know, it's not only Lagos, but obviously this is everyone. If you speak to someone in the international community who's not from here, the first thing they will tell you, are you from Lagos? It's almost like automatic.
Lagos is like the one place everybody knows.
Yes, so why not start there
Why
to
not?
really open it up?
Why not? Very true. That's
an
a
audience
very interesting life you have. Even if I am a Lagosian by birth, I want to live it. I want to document these and meet these people and all. It's fantastic, and I adore what you do, Ms. Adaku.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for giving us a day in the life of Ms. Adaku. Let's put it that way. That's fantastic. We can follow you and see some of your material on social media, yes?
So my film company is called A Late Bloomer's Endeavor, but on social media it's simply called Bloomer Films.
Bloomer Films.
Bloomer
Okay.
Films.
I will check it out myself just so I can see some of those snippets that will make my day, well, a day in the life of Mazino.